Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to read an article entitled Middle Powers Can Shape a New Security Framework. Day by day, the US-China confrontation is heating up. The trajectory now appears irreversible. The nations of the Indo-Pacific, Japan include, and sandwiched between the United States and China. It is high time for them to consider strengthening effective regional cooperation by building on ASEAN-centered processes. Australian supply ship HMAS Sirius and Japanese helicopter carrier is during exercise in the Pacific. The key players are Japan, Australia, India, and South Korea, which could be called Middle Power Quad or MPQ. Soaring Japan-South Korea relations could be subsumed in the regional cooperation an MPQ grouping would create. If realized, the grouping could become a step towards creating a larger ASEAN MPQ framework. China's recent behavior signals its resolute determination to recover its traditional sphere of influence in China, in Asia and beyond. The enactment of the Hong Kong National Security Law virtually ends Hong Kong's political economy, autonomy and democracy. Many worry about its tacit but intrinsic implication for Beijing's Taiwan policy, with worries compounded by the build of Chinese anti-access and area denial capabilities against U.S. military interventions in the East China Sea and the Western Pacific. The United States sees Chinese assertiveness as a challenge to U.S. primacy in the Indo-Pacific as well as a danger to democratic institutions and values. The pandemic further complicates the bilateral relationship and accelerates the rivalry between the two countries. Left unattended, deteriorating U.S.-China relations will have twofold impact on the future regional order in the Indo-Pacific. First, the space for independent actions of countries in the region will continue to shrink as confrontation intensifies. Second, COVID-19 has caused many countries to tighten border controls and take unilateral actions to cope with the spread of the virus, discouraging them from thinking and acting regionally. As a result, countries are being forced into choosing sides. Revitalized multilateral cooperation is needed to avoid these countries losing autonomy. Many in Japan consider the free and open Indo-Pacific strategy a means of archiving ties. The FOIP concept, as advocated by Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, is considered a counterweight against Beijing's Belt and Road Initiative. Yet in the mid-2018, the Abe administration stopped calling this initiative a strategy and instead labeled it a vision. This coincided with Abe's official visit to China in October 2018, the first in 7 years by a Japanese Prime Minister. Abe met President Xi Jinping and Premier Li Keqiang confirmed the bilateral relationship was back to normal. Xi's proposed state visit to Japan has since become an important item on the agenda to strengthen relations, though the visit has been postponed due to COVID-19. The Japanese vision of FOIP has now become a rebranded version of long-held regional policies since the end of the Cold War, including reaffirmations of ASEAN-centered processes and institutions. ASEAN itself adopted an ASEAN Outlook on the Indo-Pacific in June 2019 and declared the ASEAN Way is still effective in managing Indo-Pacific cooperation. Key elements of the ASEAN Way are institutions such as the ASEAN Regional Forum established in 1994, ASEAN plus 3 since 1997. B is ASEAN Summit create in 2005, and the ASEAN Defense Minister meeting plus had since 2010. But the ASEAN Way is a double-edged sword under intensifying US-China rivalry. Inclusiveness is an important precondition for cooperative security, but ASEAN could equally become a venue for big powers to control smaller members. Differing ASEAN member state attitude towards China and the United States are said to have already weakened the group institutionally solidarity. The new approach proposed here is to create a framework of regional security cooperation that includes both the United States and China. Before involving two superpowers, the long-standing ASEAN way needs to be reinforced by greater engagement with non-ASEAN countries such as Japan, Australia, India, and South Korea, most of whom have increased cooperation with one another in recent years. From 2007 and 2009, these MPQ countries since signed a series of bilateral declarations on security cooperation, including the Japan-Australia Joint Declaration on Security Cooperation in March 2007, the October 2008 Joint Declaration on Security Cooperation between Japan and India, the Joint Statement on Exchange, Global and Security Cooperation between Australia and the Republic of Korea of March 2009, and the November 2009 India-Australia Joint Declarations on Security Cooperation. Building of this bilateral declaration, Japan, Australia, and India held full trilateral dialogue between June 2005 and December 2017. If Japan-South Korea relations were improved by a similar security agreement, then a trilateral arrangement that involved Australia would be conceivable, according to a former South Korea official Seoul studied in the 2007 Japan-Australia Declaration before making a statement on security cooperation with Canberra in 2009. The content of the two documents are quite similar. They mostly concern non-traditional security cooperation in such areas as international peace and disaster relief operation. So time's up. I think that's all for the article. Bye bye and see you on my next video. Bye.